Vegetarian, and I've just given up heroin. I'm not going through cold turkey, I'm going through really bad cold nut roast.
Thought I'd leave the audience to work.
Yes, absolutely. You don't want to go trampling on his...
My oldest friend, that, Dave Thompson, a very fine stand-up comedian. The gag he wanted to do was, a lot of people say anal sex is bad for you, but it certainly cured my hiccup. But I decided, in view of our hopes for American distribution, which we now have with USA Films, I'd leave the anal sex out of the movie.
So are they not keen on anal sex? Do you find the Americans?
I don't think so. Well, certainly it's... well, I think they just feel they can get all that at home, really.
Yeah.
I wonder whether we're supposed to be talking about the process of movie making. It's all...
No, it's very boring.
I mean, for instance, this took about, 5 hours because video screens go at a different sort of light rating or flicker rating to a movie camera. And so
flicker rating?
I don't know.
That can't be the technical term, flicker rating.
That's Hugh driving his own bike. It is. The problem is if you've got a television screen in a film, you've got all sorts of technical problems to deal with, none of which I obviously understood, but it just means you hang around for 3 hours and drink 300 cups of coffee and smoke 300 fags.
I call him Prune, which I think you'll all agree is fair.
Great car.
Hilarious, George. I'd laugh, but I don't want to burst the 12 stitches I got having him.
Now, for those people who want to shoot a film, and I hope everybody does want to, because it's the best job in the world, and I hope you get your chance, don't ever do a dinner party scene. They are impossible to shoot because everybody... When you look at somebody, what is crossing the... explain crossing the line.
All right, very briefly, it goes like this. If you're shooting a number of characters and you are using single shots like you just saw there, you need to keep in mind the geography of the whole room and where everybody is sitting, so that when Emma is looking from right to left and Joanna's looking from left to right, that is true to their relationship as they sit round the table, because otherwise, if you've got Emma looking left to right and then Joanna looking left to right, it looks as if they're not looking at each other, even though in reality they may be. So it becomes a very complicated piece of, what is the word? Is it trigonometry?
Yeah,
almost.
Sort of, people draw diagrams that look like something that you did at school with log books to help you. And
yeah, it gets very complicated and very time-consuming, because almost you have to move the camera around the table almost one place at a time to get every possible combination of looks and reactions.
We had one day to shoot this because we only had Emma for a day. Not that she was being grand, but it was a terrific that she did it at all. And anyway, we were on a tight schedule. We only had one day anyway. It was a very tight shoot. It was a £3 million budget, which gave me 8 weeks to do the movie.
I got most of that.
You got most of that, of course. The Americans who have acquired the film say they can't believe it cost that little. They think it looks like a much more expensive film, which was my intention. I wanted it to look kind of...
Because you don't want it to look cheaper than it cost. That's certainly not the way to go, is it?
I wanted it, as I say, I keep harping on about this, but I wanted it to look kind of beautiful and pretty because it's about a moderately grim subject, something I know about, which is people who want a baby and can't get them. But anyway, that dinner party scene was a very big challenge to the camera team, and I thank them publicly now for seeing me through it.
Although by the time people listen to this, the whole news event may have passed. Do you have a view on this woman who sued a health authority for implanting 3 embryos instead of 2? Do you have a view on that? You probably don't want to.
I do, actually. I think she's right, because what they were doing was attempting to up their success rate by taking a very long shot. They never, because triplets very rarely, she was very infertile, and they didn't expect it to happen.
So they were covering themselves?
They were covering themselves because it's a commercial business, and if they can say, we get more babies in our clinic than other people can. So I don't know, I haven't read in detail.
Wow,
I think
really?
That's what they were doing.
Really?
I'm probably going to be sued because I haven't really looked into it.
Yeah.
I think we're being looked
Yeah.
Should we be talking about
No,
that?
probably
No,
not. Probably not.
No.
Yeah, maybe that's a bit shaky.
You're welcome to have it.
It's an interesting
this
thing.
This is indoors. This takes place on a soundstage at Shepperton. I should have told you that. That scene that you just watched, where they stand on the balcony of their house with the wind blowing. There were 4 revolting-breathed grips blowing those leaves. It was all done indoors. There was no Thames. There was no Chelsea Bridge. All fiction. And indeed, these are all holograms. These people here.